Notre Dame Dons football is on the air from Legends Field in Niles, Illinois. It's the number 25 ranked Shamrocks against the number 20 ranked Dons. Illinois has waited 3 years for it. It's been since 2019 since these two teams have faced off, and they match up again under the lights of Legends Field. Welcome into the game, St. Patrick and Notre Dame. It's a beautiful night for football. It's cooled off. We have a beautiful sunset in our distance, and this place is packed to the brim like you've never seen it. Welcome into the booth, everybody. You got Dan Squared here today, Danny Berg, and Danny Betts, both seniors. And man, have we waited a long time for this one.
We certainly have. I remember being on this team a year ago. I was really hoping to play Pats last year, but hey, it wasn't in the heart of the cards. This year, though, these guys are coming out with a vengeance. Notre Dame has been waiting to play these guys, and so is St. Pat's. These two teams have been bloodthirsty for each other. They have waited so long to play each other, and now it's finally here.
Let's take a look at the past first before we take a look at the present. First, let's take a look at St. Patrick and how they did last year. So, St. Pat's finished with a 5-4 record last year, lost their opener, won 3 straight, and then went 2-3 down the stretch before making it to the Elite Eight in the playoffs last year for Class 5A, and they did really well last year. They had a very strong senior group, went 3-0 in the Purple Division, got Coach of the Year with Adam Guerra, and they made their first playoff appearance since 2013.
Of course, that St. Patrick's team was wonderful. They had a really great senior class. They have really good juniors that came up and helped them win a lot of those games. So, I mean, obviously it's going to be a really great game. They've been working so hard for all this. Both teams have. But, yeah, Danny, why don't you take it away for Notre Dame?
And, we look at Notre Dame, not the start that they wanted, but, Dan, you played on that team last year,
I did.
Very easily that season could have been a complete 180. You guys could have been 6-3 or even 7-2 last year, and you wound up being 7-6, winning your first ever Prep Bowl championship.
Of course, yeah, that team was fantastic. We lost so many games by just one score, by one play. It was so heartbreaking to be on many of those losses, so many heartbreaks just being inside that locker room. But now this team has really turned around. All these juniors they have a dog eating inside them. They really want to win this. They really want to go to the playoffs, and they really want to go to a state title.
So let's take a look at the history of Dons versus Rocks. And Dan, it's pretty evident to say that Notre Dame has owned this rivalry over the last 2 decades. You look on the bottom of your screen, ND's won the last 11 of 15 meetings since 2004, including 6 in a row from the last time they played. It's been 10 years since St. Pat's beat the Dons.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Notre Dame has always had a really good read on these guys. They just know them inside and out. They've known all their kids since grade school. I mean, these guys all went to school with each other. They all know each other inside and out. They know all their insecurities. They know all their weaknesses, and they know how to break that team. So it's obviously a really good choice.
Well, now let's take a look at the Week 2 Chicago Sun-Times Super 25. Might be a little hard to read if you got a smaller screen, but we'll make it easy for you. If you look on the right side of your column, there's 2 red boxes. On the first box, it's Notre Dame coming in at number 20. They beat number 19 Willowbrook last week in shutout fashion, 28-0. And then the bottom team, St. Patrick, number 25. They beat number 16 St. Ignatius by a final score of 19-14. And Dan, let's first talk about Pats there. St. Ignatius had no idea what was coming to them with a new coaching staff.
Absolutely no idea. You're right, Danny. But with those seniors at Ignatius, they just weren't prepared for Shamrocks. The Shamrocks have been really good as of late. That new coaching staff has really helped them bring out the most in their team. And I mean, seriously, I don't think Ignatius prepared enough for them, because obviously you can never prepare too much for a team that you don't know much about.
And I'll tell you, we were at the game last week between Notre Dame and Willowbrook, and it was absolutely dominating.
Of course, yes. That student section of Notre Dame was booming the entire game, finishing out 28-0 with that. It was incredible.
Well, now let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. We do have the results from last week on the screen for you, but this is what the rest of it looks like. It's pretty daunting for the Dons. They got the top team in the state coming next week in Mount Carmel. It doesn't get any easier. They got Nazareth right after that, checking in number 17. They've also got number 12 St. Rita at the end of the year. Then you look over at St. Pat's. They've also got to deal with number 12 St. Rita. Luckily for them, they get them at home. But then they got to deal with number 2 Loyola, who absolutely destroyed one of the top powerhouses in Ohio last Sunday, 44-20, which is absolutely crazy. Both teams, though, got some pretty tough schedules ahead of them.
Of course, Notre Dame really wants to show that they are still the program to beat. They are still the program to emulate. Every team always wants to look to see who's the best, and they always see Notre Dame up there dominating every single team and always having a really tough schedule. And St. Pat's and Loyola, that's always going to be a game for a while. I mean, I feel like they've been playing each other recently a lot, which is really great for both programs.
And this is what St. Patrick is striving to be, and this is the coaching staff that they hope is going to take them there. Complete refresh. Alum Luke Mertens comes in, takes care of Ignatius last week, and he knows just how good this rivalry is. And if you look up and down these Shamrock coaching staffs, especially you Shamrock fans that are out there, you know a lot of these faces if you went to school with them or you know them well.
Of course, a lot of alumni coaching. A lot of alumni coaching and a lot of alumni love coming from both schools. There's so many different alumni that came from either side, and obviously they share so much love with this school for either side. I mean, it's incredible how much they love and just want to commit to making this team the best that they can.
Sorry about that. I'm wearing a lot of hats tonight. But yeah, like Dan's saying, this is huge for St. Pat's. They got a great new coaching staff. But now we take a look at what else is going on in the CCL ESCC this week. These are games that are involving purple and green teams, and I think there's two good games here this week. A top 25 matchup with Lamont and Nazareth. Nazareth beating up on number 10 Kankakee last week, 2-0. And then you got Brother Rice and St. Rita. Brother Rice, a perennial really good program, but Jack Lausch going to Northwestern, rebuilding a little bit. St. Rita good as always.
Of course, I always look forward to that Brother Rice St. Rita game. Two teams on the south side, two teams that really just dislike each other. I mean, it's always a really scrappy battle with them.
So let's talk a little bit about this one. This is going to be a fantastic game we got coming up. If you look, you can see it. This place is packed, and we haven't had anything like this since, I don't know, maybe the last time these two teams played basketball in pre-COVID times. Even when these two played basketball in December of 2021, it wasn't this packed. But if you look out here, tickets selling out in 8 hours, 6,000 people packed into Legends Field. The environment tonight's going to be insane.
Of course, and I mean, just always knowing every single thing about these teams is so fantastic because of the proximity. Less than 4 miles away from either of these schools. It was a really short drive. It was a really short time to think about, oh God, okay, we're going into enemy territory. We're going in to face our rivals. We're going in to face the biggest team that we're going to face this year. So quite incredible. It's
going to be a fantastic game, that's for sure. And we also want to shout out our sponsor for the game, D'Agostino's Pizzeria on the corner of Milwaukee and Oakton, one of the premium sponsors of Notre Dame College Prep. We want to thank them for sponsoring this game tonight. Back to what we got going on here. Dan, what do you have cooked up for predictions today?
Well, so far, I have Notre Dame winning 28-24.
Woo.
I think it's going to be a really hard-fought battle. The Notre Dame defense is stifling, coached by Dan DeFranza. I really think that these guys have just the most incredible coaching staff under their belt. Playing for them last year, I know how much passion each of these guys have. I know how much passion each of the coaches have. With a new revamped offense and new just revamped total everything, it's going to be a really fantastic game for Notre Dame. But I really think Pats could eke out a win here if they play their cards right.
We're going to be sending it down to public addresser Mike Marisi in just a quick second. We are going to see you back after the national anthem.
And for Will Meyer, Frankie checking in at slot, I would assume. And it looks like Notre Dame could possibly run a pass play here.
This is, as a coach, this is a very tough decision. It's too far to kick. It's too far to kick and it's too close to punt. So you're kind of stuck with keeping your offense out there. But we know this offense has done it before. They can most certainly do it again. Here's Enzo with the pass, complete to Williamson. Stays inside, takes it to the house. 31-yard touchdown run for Howard Williamson. Dons lead 6-0.
That's something that caught my attention right away when I walked in the field last week. We got some massive dudes up front.
Oh boy. I'd also catch your attention of the Alumni Center down there as we got a run in for Enzo into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Touchdown, Dons. There we go, Enzo.
40-yard touchdown run.
Love it. We loved it.
For the Dons. There's 2nd and goal coming up. And waiting for the signal. There it is. Touchdown, Enzo Ricciardi. 19-0 Notre Dame.
I mean, that's just textbook. Run it up the gut, let your lineman block for you, and get a nice touchdown out.
Welcome back.
3rd and 4. 3rd and goal. I don't know how to read.
Yeah, 3rd and goal, 3rd and 4.
What's the same? What's the difference?
Just
Enzo, quarterback sneak. Cross the line. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Pile it on, Enzo. Makes it 29-0 with 11 minutes to go here in the 4th.
is going to be filmed on Sunday is going to be horrible for him. As St. Patrick's dropped back for a pass, and he passes it over the middle, and it's picked off by Owen.
There goes Randy down the sideline. A pick 6 for the Dons. Stack them up, Randy Russ. 35-6 Dons.
Randy Russ.
Looking for some answers on defense that has been very strong to start the year. Dowling goes out to the left. There goes Dupree, and he's going to be in for the score. Caravan draw first blood.
Darion Dupree there receives the pass and then just breaks any tackle and doesn't even think about going.
That's always a positive. Now I'm hearing we're too loud. Thanks, Josh. Josh Lill, one of our alums watching out from Lincoln, Nebraska. Breaking tackles, and off goes Denny Furlong. Will not go down, and is all the way in for another score. 50-yard touchdown pass to Denny Furlong, and the Caravan are looking relentless. 20-0. 4th and 10. Ricciardi gears up, down the field with separation. Howard Williamson wins the battle. Touchdown Dons. In the moment where they needed it most, Howard Williamson shows why he's him. Here it is. This is the game right here.
I don't want to say anything. I said something last time and it went wrong, so I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Ricciardi with 4 wide. Pressure coming. Escapes. Gets rid of it. Pass is no good. And that's the game. Ricciardi got flushed out of the pocket and sent a prayer. And the Red Wings defense came up all over Ricciardi and Durkin. And the Red Wings are poised to upset the Dons. Wow. Pep Club president Marty Kegler will be paying a visit during the 3rd quarter. Caden will get a chance to talk with him. Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
That is on the schedule. And a quarterback run for Enzo Ricciardi. Finds his way to the end zone. Enzo Ricciardi says, "I'll take it myself." And the opening drive of senior night results in 6 points.
Could go either way with this team, but we know that this year they're solid. They're going to come out strong every game.
Will be a handoff to Randy Russ. He finds himself a first down, and goodbye. Touchdown Dons. Wait a minute, I thought this kid played linebacker. What's he doing on offense? Randy Russ with a great touchdown run. We're going to have a little bit of Wildcat here. This was pretty common with Colin Randazzo last year. We've seen a good amount of this year. It'll be Frankie pushing his way through. Touchdown. And there's another score.
Yep.
Frankie Ricciardi penetrates through the Rams' front 7. And the Dons have themselves an 18-0 lead.
I think the mood is pretty light. I mean, when you're up 19-0, feels good.
Dons are within striking distance again. It is 1st and goal.
I'm going to see Coley throw a touchdown here to Howard. That's what I want to see. He's going to roll out right.
Rolls to his right side,
Hit the
finds
check down,
Will
and
Meyer,
that
and
is going
adios. Woo! Will Meyer finds the end zone, and the Dons have a 25-0 lead. My goodness.
We're closing in on 38-7 possibilities, which is what I'm looking for.
You need 2 more touchdowns and a missed
2 more
field
touchdowns,
goal,
missed field goal.
which is great for people who paid for it. So, yeah, I guess just stay around here. Don stacking the box on the left side. It is a fake handoff and a catch. Howard Williamson with a ton of space, and the Dons strike first. 43-yard touchdown reception. Howard Williamson's going to take that one out to the countryside in the cornfields. Dons have a 6-0 lead.
For Antioch.
Very nice 8-yard run by Maul. So now the Sequoias with a chance to turn what seemed a dead drive into maybe a first down. I got a feeling quarterback rush here. It's not going to be a quarterback rush. They give it to Day and meets Randy Russ. Randy gives him a huge bear hug, and it's a turnover on downs.
Read the play beautifully, saw that it was going to be a handoff to the right side, and Randy Rush just came out of nowhere.
Well, he was very upset that he wasn't able to get a first down on that last drive, so he goes out on defense and stops him himself. On the run is going to help out a little bit, but not much. Be a fake handoff for Chardy, rolling out to his left, gears up, down the field, has a man in Durkin, he's got it! We haven't seen much of Enzo Ricciardi's arm this year. What pulls out his secret weapon.
What a play. 2 defenders on him. Still able to pull that one down.
Got a down player for the Sequoias. Notre Dame Dons basketball is on the air from the Don Dome in Niles, Illinois. It's the game that you've been waiting for all season long. The St. Patrick Shamrocks and the Notre Dame Dons, round 2. Welcome in, everybody. Just coming off a very exciting JV game, and now we're in for some varsity action. It's Danny Berg and Caden Frawley here with you for the adventure here tonight. And Caden, it's lived up to the hype. We saw it already, and now it's just gotten even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it at St. Pat's. It was already a big crowd. And honestly, that was one of the first times all basketball season that I've just been able to sit down and watch a game. And I thought I was watching the varsity game with how much energy, how much passion from each side. Just everything made it sound like a varsity game. And that was still JV, and we still have one more to go.
Right. Well, let's get right into things. Let's take a look at conference standings first. Bennett's at the top. They're running away with it. I don't think anybody's going to dethrone them. We said earlier in the season it was very unlikely that a team was going to go 16-0 in conference this year. Well, I think we found one that might. Bennett's just going absolutely crazy. And then we got Marist, Pats, and Marion. Notre Dame's in there at number 5. They've really started picking up in conference as of late, and they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, and just after the win against Nazareth last time we were here, we saw Notre Dame jump from about 7 to 5, so we see them jump about 2 spots ahead of Nazareth and St. Viator since the last conference game.
And let's take a look. What's going on as of late? As we talk about some recent action, the Dons just coming off a big win over Joliet Catholic. Their season high in points, actually, with 76. And then Pat's narrowly escaping Nazareth with a 4-point win, and then a huge loss to St. Viator a couple nights before.
A lot of close games from both of these teams. I mean, we see games on January 10th for St. Patrick against Carmel, blew them out by 20 points. And then you see games like the most recent game, or maybe not the most recent game, but January 17th for them, St. Pat's versus Nazareth, they only win by 4. So it's going to be a close game considering how these conference teams have played and how these games have been playing out.
And then what's going on tonight inside the conference? Well, this is the big game. There isn't a bigger game in the ESCC here tonight, but we also got Bennett and Carmel. That's always a good one. Naz and Marion Catholic are playing against each other. Then on Tuesday when the conference reconvenes, Naz and Carmel are playing. Notre Dame and Marist, that's probably going to be the game of the day. And then St. Viator and Marion Catholic's always a good one as well.
Yeah, a lot of close games. As you mentioned before, Bennett versus Carmel, that's going to be a good game as always. St. Pat's, Joliet Catholic, and then Notre Dame and Marist. If you see these upcoming games in the future, these are all going to be high competitive games for a run in the ESCC playoffs.
And then as we look ahead at our schedule right now, Dons are playing Carmel next Friday. That'll be a game that we're going to watch. It's also Notre Dame Senior Night. That'll be a fun one. And then the rivalry's back. Notre Dame and Evanston are playing not tomorrow Saturday, but next Saturday in the War on the Shore. They get a rematch with Bennett. St. Pat's, they're going to get another crack at Marist coming up pretty soon. That was a really good game where Pat's knocked off Marist' undefeated season. So now Marist is going to have some chance for a revenge.
Yeah, and you see St. Patrick with 3 conference games and Notre Dame with only 2. So Notre Dame, plays Evanston and ITW Bulls Prep. Shows that they still have a little, they still have time to come back into the conference and possibly get up to the number 4 spot, while St. Pat's is kind of hitting it quick with 3 games in the next 4.
And they got a couple cupcake games in there as well. It's always nice to have down the stretch, and both teams are going to enjoy that. But then now let's transition into the rivalry. What's been going on? As we take a look at the last 8 meetings, we showed you this last. There's a little bit more age on it, but these teams have played 3 times since they last played a game here. So let's take a look at the most recent 3 because those are the ones that stick out the most. And Pat's has won all of them.
I'm trying to remember what year it is. I mentioned this every time we do the St. Pat's game. I believe it was February 7th, 2020 was the Notre Dame win over St. Pat's 58-43.
Yep.
And I remember being in 8th grade and having to sit in the very back corner of that game since there's no room. And it's nice to see that tradition has continued since. You see a lot of young fans here who have sitting up away from the court since it's so packed they have no more room to sit anywhere else.
But what's the most interesting thing is just the frequency that these teams have played each other over the past couple of years, which is very uncommon in the ESCC. Let's also take a look at the last game they played against each other. When they saw each other last, which was 7 weeks ago, and that's when St. Pat's knocked off the Dons by 19 points. That was pretty nuts. But Notre Dame had a lead after 1 quarter.
Yeah, like you said, first quarter, 11-6, Indy was leading. Then it goes into St. Pat's, coming out at halftime with an 11-point lead. Third quarter is tight, 12-17, and then you just see St. Pat's take it away 15-7 points in the last quarter. And that's what Indy needs to avoid today, is getting close with these good teams and then just falling off in the last 3 or 4, or I should say the third or fourth quarter, where they just start to fall off and fall away from their tight game that they're playing.
But the major thing to remember, though, is for each team, it was the very beginning of the season. Notre Dame was playing just their 5th game of the year, their first conference game. They came off the bridge tournament, feeling pretty good about themselves. And then Pat's just came off a 2nd-place finish in the GBN Shamrocks tournament. So relatively inexperienced at the time, but now both these teams have played about 20 games.
Yeah.
And as we take a look at, of course, we like to talk about bragging rights. What have these teams done for their respective sports this year? And so far, Notre Dame's leading that charge, swept through fall sports. They've won football, they won soccer, placed higher in cross country, and they won in golf. So far, basketball, St. Pat's has held on to. They won the first game of the season. We're going to see what happens here in the second one. Bowling got a nice win. Wrestling for Pat's won just last week, so that's a little bit more recent. And then so 4 sports to go after this one: swimming, baseball, volleyball, track and field. But then you can't forget about the potential for state playoff rematches.
Of course, yeah, and sneak peek swimming upcoming state run for swimming. Just a little sneak peek. I'll put it out there.
So, Caden, this game in and of itself is wild. It's one of the most watched games of the year, no matter where you are. One of the most photography games anywhere in Chicago, and it's back here in Niles. You've gotten the privilege to call this a couple of times, and what do you think about all this?
I honestly think that, you go out to some basketball games, not too many fans, a little bit of a less excited game. This game, the crowds the stands are packed by halftime of JV. I could barely hear myself talk right now because of how loud it is in here. It truly is a privilege to be able to come out and call this game. And Danny, this might be the last time you get to call this game, as you're graduating soon, just for basketball. Who knows?
Just for basketball. It's going to be a lot of fun getting to call this one here tonight. We got a couple surprises for you later on, especially if you've been a long-standing listener with us, and if you've seen what's been scrolling on the bottom of your screen, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we got a good show cooked up for you. But now with about 100 seconds left to go, these teams have had a lot of experience. since they last played each other. About 15 games under the belt. Both teams over 500, which is very nice to see. What are you thinking?
I really think Notre Dame's coming back for revenge tonight. Close game last game, or I'll say close for most of the game until about the last quarter at the last time these two teams matched up, and now Indy has home court advantage. So I honestly think it's always just a better environment in the Don Dome, so I really do think Notre Dame is out for blood tonight.
Folks, it's time to send things downstairs. We have a special guest to sing out the national anthem. Mr. Mike Marisi will deliver his always enthusiastic starting lineups. We will see you back once pregame festivities have concluded.
Yeah, he's been a big role last year as a sixth man, see him starting in the lineup.
Here's Jan up at the top of the key. He's going to drive, and that's what we've seen so much from him through the first 5 games. Taking on a huge role now as a scorer, averaging about a double-double to get the season underway. As we'll see Mason Brady Sellers with a bank shot. Got dangerously close to getting called for a traveling violation, but does not get called, and it's now 5-4 Marist.
They don't go on a long scoreless run to end the first quarter, even if it's just a layup.
Selhurst for 3,
There we
and
go.
buries it.
Just what I said.
That was a major part of the 16 points he dropped just a few days ago. So it's now 10-7, and that's going the other direction. First, take some momentum into the break as here's Moselle will take a 3 and bang! You can't let 0 get hot because that's bad news for you. So now the Red Hawks are going to look to answer as that offense has gone stone cold. 2 points in the entire quarter so far as the Dons have put up 9, equaling their total from quarter number 1 as we are now inside of a minute to play.
But what, Marist only put up
5. Now how do the Dons answer? They've been quiet to start quarter number 4. Frederigo feeds over to Katsu. I don't think he was expecting it.
It's a good play.
Made that one look easy.
Yeah.
Katsu trying to drive, and now he'll whip it back out.
No one's really moving around for ND. They're all just kind of standing there hoping the ball gets past to them. There we go. Now we see a little movement.
Katsu for 3! In she goes. And it's now a 1-point game just like that with 2 minutes to go. He's going to shift it over to Selhurst. Now Raya in the corner. We'll swing it around a couple more times. Here's Katsu for 3 and answers right back. You're going to hear that a lot tonight, folks. Selhurst will kick out to Katsu in the left corner. Slow-paced game to start this off. Some energy to get it started. Here's Selhurst for 3. The 3-point rifle. Reminds you a lot of Jake DeFranza, a guy that was always hitting 3s, but that's Brady's specialty.
Very quick first quarter, no timeouts, and really no
There's a
stops on
steal.
the clock.
Thomas, drive to the basket, and Katsu. Kaden, I don't know about you, but I started seeing visions of Stefan Cicic right there in that game against Orr Academy. Selhurst fakes, wide open 3.
Like I said, everybody touched the ball at least 2 or 3 times on that play for the Dons, so being a little bit more patient is really paying off.
All right.
And a travel is called.
I was looking at something else. I don't really know what to say about that. Okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. That I didn't see coming.
Try to keep you in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I got out of character for a second. That's not okay. I'm sorry. Anyway, it's 11-9. Questionable chanting from the St. Patrick student section right there. We don't got to talk about that as more swinging around. Moselle will take a three from the left corner.
His first points of the night is a three-pointer. Put the Dons up by 5.
Biggest lead of the night so far. That's not someone you want to get hot, especially after what happened just a few nights ago. Ayeni lost control for a second. Here's a drive in by Breland, lost it. All the momentum is with the Dons right now. Nothing seems to be going right for the Shamrocks. Raya try to get it underneath the legs of Krolak.
Got to find an easy bucket somewhere.
It'll be Ingles to inbound.
There it
Finds
is.
Katu.
Yes, sir.
Up and under.
Yes, sir. That's a great design play by Coach Kevin Clancy.
Josh Lill had a prediction. 30-27, Dons winning. He is almost there. He's almost there.
Well, there might be a few out there.
There might be a few, yeah.
I know the Dons would love the shot clock.
Ingles
great
passes
pass.
inside for
And
Katu.
one. Let's go. What a pass by Ingles to Katu. Dons up 8. Here we go.
Up and around the basket. Time out, Shamrocks. The energy has been injected back into the Don Dome with under 4:30 to go. Everything is with the Dons right now. We head to break.
Let's go. Bucket here. Need to stretch it.
30-22 with 4:12 to go. Dons leading. The narrative has been completely flipped from the matchup from just 7 weeks ago. Selhurst in the corner, wide
Brady!
open.
Selhurst! Let's go, Brady! Boom! The sophomore with the sweet 3. Give me that.
Need I say more? Because I really don't.
Come on.
Continuing to bury it down with less than 1:30 to go. You can taste it. The Dons look like they might be walking away out of here with the victory flag flying, but they still got to finish the job.
A lot of work to do, my man.
It's not over.
A lot of work to do. Let's see if the senior can knock down 2. Jan has been money.
Shot number 1 is down.
Big time free throws for our senior. Big time.
Shot number 2.
That's
Down.
Just big. That's just big free throws by the senior. The job that the Dons did on Breland tonight is unreal.
Yeah. Looked like he was going to get hot fast, but they cooled him down like ice in a pan. Now, as they drain.
Let it run out. We're going to let it run out.
Now, as they drain the clock down.
We're going to let it run out.
The realization has set in to the Don Dome.
Here we go, baby.
The momentum has shifted back to Niles.
I love it.
Whistle is called.
I love it, Danny. Here we go.
That's going to send Katu to the line. That reaction on Jan Katu's face says it all. Take a look at him, courting his crowd. Shot number 1 is missed. Inside of 10 seconds.
fouls,
Here
no
comes
fouls.
Krolak. Desperation
No
shot
fouls.
in and
Guess
out.
who? Jan
And down
Katu.
goes the timer.
Dons win.
Court storming says it all.
Here we go.
The shift has gone. The shift has gone back to Niles, 37-26.
Here come the Dons.
Notre Dame improves to 12-9. The Shamrocks fall to 12-7. After 3 straight games of the Dons falling, the Shamrocks go down this time. 37-26 is your final score, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in tonight to all of our coverage. The scene on the court says it all. We will be back next week for Dons versus the Carmel Catholic Corsairs for senior night. Slow down again. Trying to set something up here. Selhurst for 3. Following it up.
Just a quick shot there. Good little turnaround from Selhurst. Wide open, takes the 3, gets it to go.
Things oh, no, there he is. My mistake.
Found him.
Oh, we found him.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. Here's Katsu trying to drive back up. And one.
Feel it drive in. Use that big body of his to get in there.
And just a little too much hot sauce.
Just a little bit. Man. Good play, though.
Just like Gabe's dinner last night.
Yeah.
There goes Ingles. Transition offense. Tried to give it to Fornelli, but it winds up in Raya's hands. That goes up. Wow. A very messy sequence there for the Dons.
Yep.
Kicks out. Katsu might have had another shot at it. Woo! No travel.
Wow.
Shot is a little bit short. I can't believe that wasn't called a travel.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
I know. I thought it was, but no call.
Jackson puts it up. He missed it. Tried to get his rebound, but it's going to stay here as Rhea was the last to touch it. Does feel a little bit like a football game, and Jackson left it short, but a good kick back out. Shajet drives, floats it up.
Wow.
And maybe the most beautiful rainbow I've ever seen.
Great flow there by Chajet.
So the Corsairs lead for the first time since they led 1-0 early on. Katsu got it up there
again
with 2 hands trying to block him.
As you said, put in that work that he puts in the weight room, using that body to get in there, get that easy shot for a layup, get 2.
Put up, no good.
Jan grabs the board there.
I think Michaels was looking for a foul. There was an awful lot of contact up there.
There was. Looked clean to me.
It did look clean, but I'm kind of surprised we didn't get a hold call there.
Yeah, me too.
Or some kind of grab of the arm. Kicks across. Selhurst wide open from 3.
Yep. Big 3 there from
3-point assassin.
A 3-point assassin. I like that one. I like that.
Moselle finds Katsu. Now will drive. Kicks out. Moselle thought about it. Finds open space. And puts the neck back where they found it.
The space created.
2 straight threes on 2 straight possessions for the Dons, and they take their first lead of the game.
Yeah, I mean, they keep shooting threes like this. My prediction may be right.
Perhaps. Ingles chucking it across the court.
Great pass there.
Out to Ingles. Does he have one?
Yep.
Sure does.
It is raining threes right now in the Don Dome.
A hurricane warning has been issued. 9-6, 5 3-pointers.
Wow. As you said, this is gonna. Whoa.
No, quite the no call there, but
Like,
that three's good from Rhea.
More threes.
12-9. A little bit more, and that's blocked. Said, whoa, look out. Woo.
Love the effort there.
Got a little tripping action over on the sideline. And into our friends Charlotte and Sarah on the sideline.
Cheerleaders got to watch out over there. They're going to get tackled over there.
And I think they just saw their lights flash before their eyes as well.
Yeah, they did. Definitely.
The reactions say it all. You can't see it, but we can.
We can.
Watching this after the game.
Later on tonight, here's Moselle kicking out to Collins. Thought about it. Ingles for 3. And look at that.
Little bounceroo, and ball finds its way through in the end.
How about it? You see something new every day. Liam Ingles getting a little bit lucky. 5 threes tonight for the Dons. That's how every single point has been scored. Here's another 3, and that's another one. Mitch Humphrey joining in this time.
It's pretty interesting that we've only seen 3 so far tonight.
Oh, how is that not 3 steps? Gonna give back to Katsu. Transition to the rim. Bring down the house, big man. Ingles knocked away. Davian Ellis says, get that out of my Airbnb.
Great play on
Not
defense
today.
by the Lions.
That's a good 2 minutes into the game. We got a 2-0 Spartans lead here from Niles. Selhurst will take another three, and this one goes down.
See, that's a good shot. Wide open, coming off the screen from the cut from the wing. That's a good shot. Wide open right at the top of the key.
Here from the floor. Don's coming out of the timeout, trying to fire on all cylinders once again. Katu goes up and gets one off the glass.
Strong bucket, just a nice take to the rim, sees the opening after a quick pump fake. Defense fell for the pump fake pretty quickly, which led to just a nice easy.
Cool. That was cool, I think. Didn't see that coming. Oh, neither did that. Jan Katu knocks down the first three of the game. Taking it away. Moselle finds Selhurst. Ray, a wide open three. Yes!
To tie the game back up at 13 apiece.
The shots you absolutely have to take. Ray had no one within a country mile of him and knocked that one down like nobody's business. We're knotted up at 13, folks. Here's a three. That one is good. Quentin Jones answering back. And a timeout is called. Wait a second. You get a whistle. I don't think that was a timeout. Here they're going with a little bit of a smaller lineup as Katu will catch a breather. Moselle almost lost his handle. Rhea will take the three. Left it way short. Moselle will try one, and that goes down. Second chance points have been real pretty for the Dons here today. They sit down two. Answer. They are more than likely going to hold for last shot here. That's what all signs are pointing to. Playing a little bit more aggressively, though, than you might expect. And look at this. Trey Davis is going to take the shot. He missed it. Ball's on the ground. And a jump ball's called. That's Don's basketball. How about that? Trey Davis takes a shot with 25 seconds left. Misses the shot. Bullock lost the handle on the rebound. And it turns into a jump ball. That is huge.
If you're the Dons, you need to take advantage of this opportunity with 14 seconds left to go.
That's a huge opportunity.
So Ingles will bring it back up for the Dons.
7 seconds. Got to do something. Ingles trying to find a window. And that's staying with 1.8. So I'm interested to see what the play sheet has called up for this. You got 2 seconds. You got to inbound. You got to get a quick shot off. Gives to Selhurst. Takes a dribble and gets fouled. He's going to take shots. So we'll have 2 free throws before going into halftime. Coach Taylor arguing that call. He says that there should be no free throw shot, but that's a shooting foul. That doesn't matter what the clock says. That foul was called with time still on the clock. I didn't hear a buzzer. Did you?
Nope.
So Selhurst is going to get 2 free throws. Makes
Makes
number
the first one.
Here comes number 2. That
Was left
nowhere
short.
close. And let's see what's going on here. They'll inbound. Lets it go. That was pretty pointless, but it's fine. Oh, but we got a 1-point game. It's 18-17 going into halftime. We got the halftime show coming up for you. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. 3, that's off right, and Spartans with the rebound. Baseball pass down court. Katu says, "Get that out of my house." Jan Katu says, "Bye-bye. See you next time."
Jan's such an incredible.
Little short, just barely. It was on target, but
Yeah.
didn't have enough juice on it. Feet in the
Down there for the
middle.
double team, and
Moselle
Moselle.
blocks it. That
Wow.
doesn't make it either. James Bullock going 0 for 2 on easy buckets.
And Jan
And
driving in.
Katu
Yes. Off the
showing him how
glass.
it's done. Putting on a clinic in the paint. Maybe James Bullock should sign up.
I know.
We like to have fun with this.
We do.
Moselle for 3.
And he
Knocks
hits
it down.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, it's a 1-point game again.
The corner specialist, Connor Moselle. Corner Connor.
Corner Connor.
Hey.
You know, I couldn't not make a joke about Gabe in our. So Katu's gonna let this die.
Take
Shot clock. Shot clock. Shot clock. Shot clock. We need the shot clock.
Yes.
I'm a huge proponent of it. Selhurst,
for
step
three.
back
Andy.
three from the parking lot. Brady Selhurst
3. And that, wow.
makes it a 1-point game.
That's a great shot there going into the fourth quarter. It's going to bring the momentum.
He could have made that one all the way from the back corner of Dempster and Ozark.
I don't know about that one, Danny.
We got 1 quarter to go. Don't go anywhere.
We'll be back.
Or winning national championships.
That's true. That is true.
Good job to Max.
Max General out there, national champion.
Katu
There we
for
go, Jan.
3.
Let's go. Let's go, Jan.
Hang on a
Come
second.
on. Let's go, Dons. Let's go.
It's a 5-point game.